APCUG's Wednesday workshop, where we get together in the middle of the week to learn more about technology. We are continuing with our monthly theme of backing up. And as you can see from the sign behind me, data loss is just around the corner. So we need to have tools to do this. In this presentation, we've got two people who are going to share specific tools that you can use to do your backup. Our first presentation is someone who's been with us before, doesn't need a lot of information, but we do thank him for taking the time to come out. John Kennedy is with us today. John does not have any computer or technology degrees. He's not a network administrator or software developer, nor has he worked anywhere in the technology field. He's an educator. But John is one of us. He's a computer user that has been self-taught by riding the bumpy paths, getting flats, running into roadblocks, and making wrong turns, but learning as he went on. He has a passion for helping people make computers work for them and not the other way around. He's a big supporter of the free and open source software movement and makes Linux operating system his daily driver. But today he's going to be with us to share a program that he uses for his backup method. All yours, John. Thank you. Thought about putting on a different shirt, but that would get caught in my headphones. Today, I'd like to be able to share with you about one program that I have become a very fan of and use it. As Judy said, I tried using iDrive, and I will say iDrive is an excellent system. They just don't have Linux people really in their hearts. They work it. It's best for server backups. The desktop user can use it, but it's all command line or web access, and it doesn't have the easy desktop application that Windows and maybe Mac users get to. So I discovered and found another program, and I like it so well, I want to share it with you and give you some points about it, and then let you see kind of how it works. Nope, I gotta go backwards. Gotta share first. So today I want to be talking about a program or service called pCloud, which is a cloud storage service. I feel it's very simple to use and has a lot of extra features. We are doing this for our Wednesday workup backup, and I hope that anybody who isn't backing up their computer will give this easy method a try. We'll hear other options during the rest of the month. So this is the first one. pCloud is available for all of these devices, Windows, Mac, and Linux, ISO mobile phones, Android mobile phones, and there is a new add-on for your browser to make saving things off the internet easier. So because it is definitely for Linux too, that's why I'm here. I will say that when you first sign up, you get up to 10 gigs free storage, but I think that backing up your important data is worth money. And I think that the pCloud price is reasonable, and I do it. When I first did it, pCloud was storing its data in data banks in the United States. I think it's in the Texas area initially. But they have many different locations because they back up your backups. But they also now offer storage in the European Union, over like in Switzerland. And you have a choice. So when you sign up, you can choose whether you want it in the database banks in the United States or European Union. For me, initially it was in the United States, but I can, for a small fee, because it's going to take them some time to transfer it, but I can move my files over to the European Union, which is something I am considering doing. Now, they have plans for individuals, families, and business. I'm not going to be talking about business because we're not business. I will mention that the families is for a group of people to share, but it works the same as individuals, which is what I'm going to be focusing on. The individual plans also have 3 different levels. The free version, which you start with 5 and can get up to 10. A professional version, which is 500 gigs, which is what I have, because I find that I don't have that much storage need. And then there is a professional that you get 2 terabyte. In the individual plans, you can go for a monthly fee if you wanted to just try it out and see how you liked it, for about $5 a month, or 2 terabytes for 10 a month. Or you can go to the annual and save, buy 10, get 2 free, $50 a year for 5, and $100 for 2 terabytes. And when you divide that, we're talking less than $5 a month to protect your data if you have less than 500, or only $10 a month. If you go to the lifetime, and the lifetime comes out to about 4 years of advance payment, you can get $200, which is a pretty good bargain depending on your life expectancy, $400 for 2 terabytes. And they now have a new custom plan that is only available for a lifetime purchase of 10 terabytes for $1,200. And so depending on what your needs are, they have plans available for that. In the family plan, you can share this account up to 5 people, the creator and 4 others. It is only in the lifetime option because it's for a family, and somebody in the family is going to live longer than the others. And the price for that is $595 for 2 terabytes, or $1,500. And you do the math, divide it by 5, divide it by multiple years of what you've got. All right, for accessing pCloud, you have 3 different options. You can directly access it from the web, which I like because I can get to these files from any computer anywhere in the world. It has a desktop client or program. They call it pCloud Drive, that is on your computer. Whoop, back up. Went to hit that person in. And they have the mobile access so that you can be anywhere that your phone is and have access to all your files. Among the tools that come with pCloud that I think are very, very beneficial include what they call virtual drive, and that's the pCloud Drive. You have a drive up in the cloud that is connected to your computer, and you can store things on it. What is beneficial about virtual drive is that virtual drive takes up no space on your computer. So if you put things up in the virtual drive, they are not on your computer, but you can access them from any computer that you do. I use pCloud to go back and forth between my different computers, so I can create something on one computer and then immediately be able to access it on the other, and back and forth. And we'll go more on that in a little bit. It has files and folder syncing, so that any file that I make is automatically, instantly up in pCloud, and I can access it immediately. And I can open it up on another computer, and I can work on it and save it, and then it go back to the first computer, and the updated file is right there with it. I can also do file sharing. I can send a link, which I did as a test run to Judy, and she received it, and she could view and download a file if I allow it. I can make it just viewable, or I can allow it to be downloaded. So I can share with anybody. And the other nice thing about pCloud is that they don't have any limits, except for one. I'll tell you in a second, you'll see it. But they don't care about how big a file you have. They say, your file size is up to you. You know your limit as a storage, 500 or 2 terabyte. Deal with it. I can also use the pCloud to collaborate with other people by inviting them to share my folder. Now, this has a little asterisk, because the person you want to collaborate with you must also have a pCloud account. But pCloud accounts are free, so all that is allow them to be able to have your folder connect to their pCloud, and then you can immediately be working back and forth and working on projects and whatever. So that is beneficial. I don't use it that much, but it's there. Now they keep telling you that backup is new. I've been using it, so it's, to me, I don't know why it still says new, but backup is just that. I am backing up all of my folders up to pCloud. But at the same time, where you saw with Adam's presentation, he had a file that was in a format that he said, unless you know what to do with it. Well, my files are up there, and so I just use my backup, and I access files down to my other computer, work on them. When I save them, they're immediately saved back in my backup folders, and therefore I don't really use the virtual drive as much, since I have enough storage on my computer and that. But you know, it's the individual what you like to do with it. Up, mouse. Sensitive mice. Another thing that pCloud has, and we mentioned that importance in backing up, is versioning. And they have two actual subprograms. One's called revisions and one's called rewind. With revisions, I can click on a file and it will show me all of the past versions of that file. In the basic free program, you have access to 15 days worth of your history. With your premium and plus, you get 30 days. With rewind, I can go back to a specific date and time and see all of the files that were on the system at that time and access those. Again, it's the 15 and 30 day limit. However, if you feel that you need to have access to even more, you can subscribe to extended file history and get up to 365 days. And that's a fee of about $80 a year. But that is dependent upon how important is it that you get to file 6 months, 8 months ago. pCloud also provides encryption. When your files are up in the cloud, they are encrypted and nobody sees what they are. Nobody can access them. However, they do have a program that you can purchase, or a service that is for encrypting on your computer before it goes up. Now, the only problem with that is if you would ever forget the encryption password for the client side, you aren't going to get anything open back up again. I feel confident enough that pCloud and my Proton Mail encrypt files enough that I don't need this. However, I'm going to be experimenting to find out whether if you do your own encrypting of files, will they be able to go up if you have the encryption code to decrypt it. So I don't worry about that extra expense that way. Now, they do have an extra feature that I just found out about, which is large file transfer. You can go onto the website to this location, and you can transfer and send files up to 5 gigs for free as part of the pCloud service. And another one that's I found, and I haven't quite decided, you know, yep, might be good, is that you can set your computer that you can auto load your screenshots to pCloud. Unfortunately, this isn't available yet for Mac, but it is for Windows and Linux. And somebody might think that that would be good because if you do a lot of screenshots, those take up space. So if you put them up in your pCloud drive in that area, it doesn't take up room on your computer, but you can access them anytime you need to. So we're going to take a look at the real thing. The slides that come after this are just screenshots of most of what you're going to see on here. So I'm going to go back to the other one. And first I want to start out, I'm going to minimize the browser to start with. And you'll notice that after I installed pCloud on the Windows machine, it automatically put an icon up there. I usually take that off because I have the icon on the bottom down here. When you click on the icon, you get a sub menu, or you get a window that pops up, and this is actually pCloud's drive. This is the drive that holds everything. When you first get it, I thought it would be empty. So this is just a demonstration account. It's not my account. But I discovered that there were 3 folders: music, pictures, and videos. And at first I said, now where did that come from? I haven't done anything yet. Well, what they do is they put 3 folders on there to show you how this virtual drive works. These folders will not show up on my computer because in Windows, this is 11 running this laptop for APCUG. It's pictures, videos, and music. My is gone, but this lets me know. And if I go to my music up in pCloud, and it shows you up here at the top that this is my pCloud drive, it's lettered P, that's required. So it is, essentially, it is an actual drive on my computer, but it's connected from the internet. You will see that there are 4 different music tunes. If I go to my music folder on Windows, there's nothing in there. So this shows you that there is a virtual drive that you can store stuff, and it is not taking up any room on my computer. pCloud is listed right alongside anything else that would be plugged into your computer. If I go to this PC, you'll see that there's my C drive and there's pCloud. And so it just shows up as a regular drive, only it doesn't exist. So that's why those 3 folders are there, so that you can see that it actually works. I have created a backup. I have set my options to backing up. So now I have a folder called pCloud Backup. And if I go into that folder, this will let you know this is the APCUG laptop, and these have all the files backed up. What's nice about pCloud, I can back up multiple computers. On my regular pCloud account, I have my 2 desktops and my laptop backed up to pCloud. So I have 3 different entries. If I go into the APCUG laptop, there you can see the folders that are being backed up, which are predominantly the ones that are the regular ones. I create a screenshots folder because I don't like to go into pictures to find screenshots. And I'm going to show you how you can add other folders beyond the default ones that come up. So these are all the files that I have that are on my laptop, backed up live to my desktop. I can go into my documents on my computer, and here would be a file. Oh, that was the description. And if I make any changes to it, when I go back to pCloud and go back to the backup folder and go to documents, it would already be updated. I could go to another computer if I had it connected to this particular pCloud account and access it from there as well. One nice thing about the way that pCloud works is that it's able to, from pCloud, notice I am up on pCloud. Let me get back to the virtual drive. I go back into my music, and this file is up in the cloud. It is not on my computer, but I can play it live immediately on my computer. Now, I didn't hit the button that says let you hear what's on there, but it just, you know, any file that's up there will start playing. The same thing goes for the videos. And it just opens right up and plays. I don't even have to download it to play it. One of the things a lot of people do now with the pCloud, they put all their music up there, create playlists, and then they can listen to their songs while they're working, and those songs are not taking up the space on their computers. Okay, if I right-click on the icon for pCloud, it gives me my menu of what I can do. OneDrive is what Open Drive is just what I did. That is the drive that includes virtual files and your backup files. If I go into notifications, this was neat. When you send out a file to share and somebody opens it, you get a notification that they opened it or they downloaded if they did. If I go to preferences, this will show you the main control panel for pCloud. As you can see, this is a free account. I have available about 5 gigs. I can get more gigs if I would install this on my phone, which I did in my real account. And there were a couple of other things that you can get more gigs. Plus, if you invite some other friends to join pCloud, you can get your extra and get up to like 10 gigs. But like I said, $5 less than $5 a month for backing up your important files, to me, is a worthwhile feature. If I click on backups, here are the folders that are being backed up. I told you that originally screenshots wasn't, because that is my own creative one. So if you have different folders and you want to add them to your backup, all you do is just click add folder and you go to your menu. And I don't like the way Levin is doing things now to get to all my folders. And so here are all my folders. I was able just to click on screenshots and add that. At the bottom, it will tell you about any files that it's uploading, how long it's going to take. I accidentally, from my video plan, was uploading some music, was going to take hours, and I said, I don't really need to do that. And right now, there's like 2 files that it says it needs to be uploaded. And this shows that all of these folders are actively being backed up live. I can stop any folder from backing up. If I go to sync, you can see that I did, for practice, sync a file folder, which is right up here, the APCUG sync test. And it works kind of the same way, but my feeling is that this must have been what they had first before backup. So you would go up here to sync your files and share your files that way. If I want to share files, I can share a link, and you can see that I shared a link. If I want to share a folder, that's where I have to invite, and it will end up being another, you have to have a person who's got a pCloud account to share a folder. I can add the crypto, like I said before, if I wanted to make a folder to put encrypted files in. I have the settings, but the main thing I use is my backup. You also have your menus in your mouse. I can go to any folder. Here's a folder in my documents, and I can right click, and I have to go to show more. If it wasn't already marked to share, I could have a choice down here that would be to share with the pCloud, but it's already there. Let me, oh, here we go. There, I can share that file because it's already in the folder for documents. It doesn't do it, doesn't back up by itself. But I can add anything to back up with the right-click menu. And if I go to a file that's in my pCloud, let me get to my pCloud. I'm looking around the laptop. And if I right click on the file, there I have an option to share. All right, here, there it is. And with a file, I can share a link. And with a folder, I would invite to folder. So let's see, what else today? Yeah, there's the backup. I'm not quite sure that there's anything else to show. This is just the way it works. It works so easy that once I set up the backup, my files are backed up automatically, not once a day, not sometime a day. They're instantly synced, and then they're available at any other computer that I log into. I think, Judy, that's where we stop. Like I said, the slides that come out will just show you some of these screenshots for people who weren't here or didn't watch the video. So I think we'll take a quick few questions and then we'll move on to Drew's presentation on some other way you can do this. And all of this works the same way on Linux as it does for Windows, but because we're on APCUG WedWorkshop and I'm using their laptop, you get to see the Windows version, but Linux, same thing.
A question on family pCloud.
Yes.
Can different family members have private files and folders secure from other family members? Sounds like my kids when they were in high school.
Since I really haven't investigated the family one, you can go to the pCloud.com and go to their family and see if it gives that. All I saw was that 5 people can use it and share folders. I would think that if you encrypted files on your folder, on your, when you log in, then you could. I wouldn't know why not.
What else does pCloud handle differently on Macs than on PCs?
The only thing that I'm aware of is that the uploading automatically the snapshots. And all of this works the same on your mobile phone. I have pCloud on my phone, so I can get to files if I needed them. What I haven't done yet that Adam might want to check in is that pCloud will also connect to either iPhones or Android phones and will back up all of your photos automatically to pCloud. So if you didn't want to use iDrive or Google, because they're paying for more storage when you have it, you can do it that way. So yeah, it works that way. So the only thing that I noticed and with the pointing out was that the automatic upload is not set. No, is it automatic upload? Whatever's on the slide, it said it. It's not the automatic upload because you can back up your your pictures to them.
Okay, if you rename your screenshots folder to something else, will the other named folder be able to be backed up via pCloud at this particular point in time? And the question is, or don't they back up .png files?
They back up all files, but the problem is if you change the name in pCloud in the cloud part, it won't match the folder that's on your hard drive. And I discovered that when I redid my laptop, not this one, mine, and I reconnected it to pCloud, it created a second laptop because I already had a laptop in pCloud. So it became laptop 1. And files can do the same, or folders will do the same thing. If you back up and change the name, you'll end up with 2 in the top. I know what the other thing I wanted to show is the, no, I didn't want to open up another one of those.
Okay, I have a follow-on to that. It's my personal one.
Yep.
I think that the question is if she changes the name of screenshots on her PC, will it now be able to be uploaded to the pCloud? Apparently she's having a problem. And
no, it can't, it won't upload because you'd have to go back to the backup program, add that new named file to back up.
Okay. So you're saying it backs up PNGs with absolutely no problem at all, no matter what folder they are located in?
I wouldn't know why not. I've got all of my different folders. I can't show you on here, but these are JPEGs files, and in my real one, all of the screenshots that I have for backing up for all my stuff is up there, and I have multiple different kinds of file formats. I'm trying to get back to my browser a second here.
Okay, and then I have another question.
Because I'm trying to get you to see preferences. Because you know it's my pCloud.com. And since I've already logged in, it should take me right to it. And here's the cloud version, and it has everything the same. So this is why I like it, because if I'm not on my own computer, I can go here and here's all my files, just like what you saw in there. There's the pCloud backup. There was the one I had synced. And again, these 3 folders are not on my computer, but I can get to it anywhere else. And if I go to just backups, then I only have one. On my personal one, I have 3 different computers backed up to it. And there's the shared. Now, if we right click, no, I don't want to do, I wanted to show the visioning part. Let me get to in here, because this was something that people have been asking about. And oh, don't do that, because it opens it up, and it opens it up right up. You know, like I said, this is great. Cancel this out. If I right click, here is revisions. And so when I click on that, it would list everyone within the last 15 days of that I had. And I could go back to any of those in 15 days. If I go, if I can find it again, because rewind, that's the new thing for me. If I go to rewind, I can select any day in the last 15. So today's the 8th. So if I click on the 2nd, and I'll pick, see, 13 is 1 o'clock, and I hit rewind, I did not have any files uploaded because I didn't do that till this last week. But if I had, I would have what the whole backup looked like, or my pCloud looked like back on that particular day, and I could access anything from then. So it's like visioning, but it's the visioning of the whole pCloud back in time too. Okay, we need to stop.
Yes, too cool. Excellent presentation. Learned a lot. And you will be getting questions in the mail for you to answer.